Well, welcome to Horn Island. Enjoy the Horn Island Forgotten Isle World War II tour or the Thursday Island Garrison Town tour. My name's Vanessa Seiki. I'm the curator here of the Torres Strait Heritage Museum on Horn Island. This museum is in conjunction with the World War II Forgotten Isle tour of Horn Island. Both experiences are not to be missed. In this museum you'll see large displays dedicated to the World War II history of Torres Strait, in particular to Horn Island, American, Australian, Army and Air Force and Navy. It is largely a collection that has been donated by World War II veterans who served here. Little box brownie photos are now largened photos. We've got posters, artefacts, maps, diaries, memorabilia. We do have over 300 interviews in our oral history database. So the museum is a collaboration, not just of myself, but of all the World War II fellows that have served here and have generously donated artefacts to the museum. We also have displays here on the pearling history of Torres Strait, for Torres Strait did grow up on the back of the pearl shell from the 1860s onwards. We also have displays here dedicated to the Torres Strait people with cultural artworks and artefacts. We also have the industries of the area today, like our beach demur and our culture pearling industry. All in all, the Torres Strait Heritage Museum is the largest collection of Torres Strait history and artefacts in Torres Strait at present. The Horn Island tour is the only one of its kind in Australia, as we take you in the steps of those who served here during World War II. It's where the officers were. They were coordinating the efforts on the 4 guns around them from this one central point. They're very crunchy. Bush tucker again, you can eat them. We walked around the village, 4 streets, and we were full by the time we finished our walk because there was 30 different edible plants in the village alone. So there is edible food here, it's just that we don't know what to look for. The Kawareg are teaching us their bush tucker so that we can pass the knowledge on to visitors.
We came to Horn Island not knowing what to expect, and it's been an absolute revelation.
The Forgotten Isles is really the main theme of it, and she's got to be commended for efforts in teaching the tourists, or showing the tourists this part of the world and what did take place in the Second World War, and how close it really comes to the footsteps of Australia when you find there's only 50 people here when the Japanese actually put their raids in, and had they known there was only 50, the whole theatre could have been a totally different aspect.
The Garrison Town tour of Thursday Island will take you down through the ages as we explore the Kawareg and their traditional history in this inner island area.
I'm born and bred on TI. I've lived here for pretty much my entire life. I've been doing these tours for about 10, 12 years now. Basically, yeah, this is Gateway Torres Strait Resort's Garrison Town tour. We call it Garrison Town because TI at one time during the Second World War was literally that, exactly that, a garrison town, just all military that was in here. There you go. We've been operating these tours with just the one 21-seater bus for the entire 12 years. It's always been sort of a small groups that we've been catering for, sometimes very small, but other times all the way up to that 21-seater. What we have here is a very, very interesting fellow. One of, I think, 3 or 4 that in 2000 had something very special happen. If you look down, you can barely see it now, but if you see the 6-inch sort of mark that's round like that there, well, basically this is one of the last locations of where some of the unexploded shells that were actually would be up at Green Hill Fort was actually kept. So he did have a few of them actually sitting around. You can see where the impression where it was from the concrete, but yeah, basically they were sitting here from somewhere between 1905 all the way up to 2000. What we have here is a great big monument to the Japanese that actually worked here in the Torres Straits. Now what had happened was between 1878 and 1941, a lot of Japanese fellows, with thousands of them, were working here, and yeah, 700 of them never went back home. So basically they put down this monument here on the 15th of August 1979. This is basically what kept some of these divers alive, a hand-driven air pump of all things. So this has pumped all that air down a long pipe. If a diver was ill, that's another story out here, is what they would do is actually have to send them underwater for long periods of time to help them get over the bend. So yes, they would have to hand pump this thing for quite some time to keep one of these fellas alive.
The history up here is amazing. You go to any of the islands around here and there's always a story, there's always something to find. It's just like you find something new every time you go out here, and that's one thing that you just don't hear of up here. It's amazing.